Many people arrive in the UK as dependent visa holders with hope, qualifications, and dreams. But what most people do not talk about is the fear that comes after arrival. The fear of starting again, the fear of taking jobs far below your qualifications, and the fear that you may never return to the career you love. In this video, I am sharing a real journey. A journey of resilience, sacrifice, flexibility, and eventual restoration. This is the story of the jobs my husband Felix has worked after arriving in the UK as a dependent visa holder, and how those jobs, even in a small UK town, eventually led him back to his passion as a qualified secondary school mathematics teacher. If you are a dependent visa holder, newly arrived in the UK, or worried that opportunities are limited where you live, this video is for you. Before arriving in the UK in 2022, Felix was a fully qualified secondary school mathematics teacher in Ghana. Teaching was not just his profession, it was his passion. Like many professionals who move to a new country, his qualifications were not immediately recognized. At the same time, we had responsibilities. We had bills to pay, and we had childcare needs to consider. So, instead of waiting for the perfect opportunity, he made a decision that many dependent visa holders must make. He chose to start where opportunities were available. While he was juggling these early jobs, an important opportunity became available. The UK government, through the Department of Education, announced that teachers qualified from some countries, including Ghana, India, and Nigeria, with subject specialisms in mathematics, science, and modern foreign languages, could directly apply for qualified teacher status, also known as QTS. This meant that eligible teachers could apply for the UK teaching license for free, without having to retrain from the beginning. At the time, this opportunity did not come at a convenient moment. He was already balancing multiple jobs, adjusting to life in a new country, and managing family responsibilities. But he made the decision to apply. The first job he got, barely a month after his arrival in the UK, was as a store assistant position at Aldi. This was his entry point into the UK workforce. He worked 25 hours per week, learning the systems, understanding workplace culture, and building confidence in a new environment. This job became his foundation. Even when better opportunities came later, he kept this job, gradually reducing his hours instead of quitting completely. This provided stability while he explored other paths. For many dependent visa holders, supermarket jobs like Aldi are not just jobs, they are stepping stones. Another major advantage during this period was mobility. Within exactly 6 months of arriving in the UK, my husband worked towards and obtained his full UK driving license. This single achievement expanded his options significantly. It made roles like delivery driving possible. It increased flexibility with work locations, and it reduced limitations that many new arrivals face. For dependent visa holders, gaining a UK driving license early can quietly but powerfully increase employability. Shortly after starting with Aldi, Felix took on 2 additional jobs. He worked as a store assistant at Co-op Foods. He also worked as a delivery driver for Domino's Pizza. So, at this point, he was working 3 jobs at the same time. Not because he lacked ambition, but because he was determined to support his family and remain active in the job market. These roles required discipline, time management, and sacrifice. They also taught him something very important. No job is wasted when it keeps you moving forward. While working these jobs, he began to look for opportunities closer to his original profession. That was when he applied to work as a cover supervisor through an agency. This role became a major turning point. As a cover supervisor, he worked in different schools, mostly secondary schools. He managed classrooms, followed lesson plans, and gained first-hand experience of the UK education system. A few months into his role as a cover supervisor with an agency, his QTS application was approved. Although the full process took about a year for the certificate to be officially issued, he successfully obtained QTS, which later became a key factor in securing a permanent teaching role in the UK. Eventually, he was placed in one secondary school for a full academic term. This placement allowed staff to see his commitment, professionalism, and teaching ability. At this point, he made a difficult but necessary decision. He dropped the co-op job. He continued with Aldi, Domino's, and cover supervision. Sometimes progress requires letting go of what no longer serves the bigger picture. While working at that secondary school, the school advertised a vacancy for a cover supervisor. My husband applied. He was offered the role and was preparing to start. But just before his start date, something unexpected happened. The school advertised a permanent mathematics teacher position. Because they already knew him and had his application details, They asked him to send an email expressing his interest. He did. And shortly after, he was offered the position. Today, he works as a permanent part-time mathematics teacher, teaching 3 days a week. This arrangement allows him to balance childcare responsibilities while doing the work he loves. It is a reminder that sometimes the journey back to your passion is not direct, but it is possible. We live in a small town in the UK. Many people believe that opportunities are only available in big cities like London or Manchester. Our experience proves otherwise. Opportunities exist everywhere, but they often show up differently. Sometimes they start in supermarkets. Sometimes they start behind the wheel of a delivery car. And sometimes they start by simply saying yes to what is available. If you are a dependent visa holder arriving in the UK, I want you to know this. You are allowed to start small. You are allowed to change direction. And you are allowed to rebuild at your own pace. Your first job does not define your future. What matters is your willingness to remain open, consistent, and prepared when opportunity knocks. In summary, Felix's journey in the UK has involved 5 roles in total, across supermarkets, delivery driving, cover supervision, and now permanent teaching. He started by doing jobs that many graduates do not always appreciate, not because he lacked qualifications, but because he understood the importance of starting somewhere. Every role he took served a purpose at that stage of life. Since arriving in the UK, Felix has only worked part-time in all his roles, including his permanent teaching position. This was a deliberate choice to make time for childcare and family responsibilities. One important lesson from this journey is the value of honesty and clarity with employers. Felix was open about his responsibilities and the adjustments he needed, and this openness allowed him to find roles that respected both his professional skills and his family commitments. For dependent visa holders, it is important to know that asking for flexibility is not a weakness. It is often the first step toward sustainability, balance, and long-term success. If this story encouraged you, please like this video so it can reach others who need it. If you are a dependent visa holder or have walked a similar path, share your experience in the comments. And if you would like more honest conversations about working, settling, and thriving in the UK, subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Also share and like this video. Remember, your journey matters, and your breakthrough may be closer than you think.